District Governor Arley Marley, formerly from the Sunnyvale Club and now Los Altos. And he's going to be talking to us about the Enterprise Leadership Conference or Institute, or he'll tell us.
All the above.
All the above.
Oh, you got a clock. Thank you for having me here. See if I can keep all my notes here so I don't lose much. One thing I did want to share with you is that I see there's a rate today's meeting card that was back there. So what, the number 5 here, just circle number 5. It's outstanding, okay? Anyway, I, as a past district governor, you can kind of do a lot of things besides go out and have lunches. And I decided to reach beyond our existing youth programs, Interact, Rotaract, RILA, and I wanted to go to other programs that have a ability to really go beyond, oh thank you, where we are with stuff. And my title I think is Youth Services Extension and Development, and I'm actually putting a website together, youthservicesandbeyond.org, and it has to do with the 3 things I'm working on. One has to do with ELC, which I'll be talking about here. Our Challenge Team program, which is a program that has to do with community organizations coming together once a month to work on youth programs and youth challenges. We work through the local police departments. And the other is a YMCA Rotary collaboration. And I heard a little bit earlier, I talked to a gentleman back there about your READY program, and I really want to know more about how that works, because we have a Partners for New Generation program in Los Altos doing mentoring, tutoring. So I'm trying to get my arms around all of these programs and go out and talk about them and what they can do for our youth, as well as how well our Interact and Rotaract has done through our district. I'm going to kind of fly through these slides here, and I'm going to do what I tell our students never do. You never read a screen, because I usually have it in front of you, but I don't have a rear view mirror built into the back of my head. So Enterprise Leadership Conference, I heard about it when I was club president when I was in Sunnyvale, and I said, this is the best kept secret that San Jose had. And I found out that Oakland has the same thing, or similar program. And so 30 years they've been holding these secrets. So I decided that it's time to let this cat out of the bag and see if I can start expanding this program. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going around expanding this program. We started, I think we've got 13 clubs involved right now. And I'm going to kind of give you a highlight. I'm going to go through these. I'm going to leave some time for a 12-minute presentation or movie that I've got here that I've developed. And then I want to open up to questions, because I want feedback from all of you. So you had a chance, I'm sure, to read that. Let's see if it changes. Skipped one. Okay. The conference date for next year for one of our teams, one of the teams that I actually do instructing on, is March 11th and the 13th, and the students actually depart from a local location. We take them on a bus. That bus is donated by Royal Coachways, which is out of Santa Clara. It just so happens that the owner of that bus company is a Rotarian, and we get a really good deal on some really nice buses. It's got Wi-Fi and everything in them, so when the kids go, they go on some really nice buses. So we leave on Wednesday to Asilomar, and then we come back on Friday from Asilomar, and then the students are left in our care for those 2.5 days as they learn various things. The student profile that we're looking for, and the reason I got so involved in this was because we know that our interactors and a lot of our students are on a very significant fast track to success. We also discovered there are a lot of young high school students that really don't know what they want to do. They don't know anything about business. They see this, they see stuff on television, they see all the social media stuff. So what's out there? We're trying to reach those kids. The application they fill out has got nothing to do with their grade point index. They may lack the grades for what they think is success. I was a C student when I was in high school. I was told never to go into engineering. I'd never make it. I did fine. Okay, maybe some of you engineers had the same feeling when you went to school, because I was working all the time. But so we trying to teach entrepreneurial concepts, how to put a company together. So when they fill out the application, the application has no place on it for about grade point index. We could care less. We have 3 questions that they actually fill out. We are presently using a Silomar. I'm actually looking at another place up near Petaluma. It may be less expensive. I'm going up there in a couple weeks to test that out. But we picked a Silomar because of the location. It is a really, really nice conference facility if you've ever been down there. So we take the kids down there. So how it works, high school juniors are selected. We take, in our particular case, the new teams we're developing. We have 10 teams of 6 students, 3 boys, 3 girls. They don't know each other. They come together for the first time on Wednesday. Usually, once the teams are picked, the RTAs or the Rotary Team Advisors open up an email group for them, and they start communicating so they get to know each other. But they really don't meet and start developing their company until that Wednesday before the program, or as the program starts. We ask them 3 basic questions. What makes you interested in applying for this conference? What do you think this conference, how it's going to benefit you in terms of future goals? And what do you think is going to happen in 10 years when you go back to your classmates and ask, or you start discussing what you did? Our selection board reviews the applications, and we choose the students. It's a tough process to go through because we could end up with several, well, I know the San Jose Club does 96 students, and it's not unusual to have 250 plus applications. So we literally read these applications over and over again. They go through a team of about 5 different people. We mark on them. We look at what they put in their questions. We look at the essay, the comments they make. If they just say, hey, we just want to get out of school, that one gets set aside. We are really looking for the words that resonate with wanting to build a business, thinking about entrepreneurship but have no clue what it means, how you really put a company together. We're looking for those type of students that have, in their verbiage, have that kind of capability to write it down. And then we have a mandatory orientation meeting where we bring the parents into, because it's important the parents know what they're getting their kids involved in and the process they need to go through to make sure that they've met all the requirements for the student to be there. So, what's the challenge we have? Well, each group builds what we call a virtual company. They develop a product or service, they select their company officers, develop an organization, they create a business plan, and they do a presentation plan. And they have to present to a group of judges, which I'll show here in a second. So these kids for 2.5 days sit there and collaborate on putting a company together. Our advisors, our Rotary advisors that are with them, are not there to give them answers. They're there only to guide them slightly. It's up to these kids, these young adults, to determine what their company name is going to be, what their product's going to be, putting their presentation together, etc. And during that 2.5 day period, we teach various aspects of what it takes to build a company. Whether it's the budgeting process, whether it's the hiring process, whether it's just the exiting process. How do you get rid of your company when you reach a certain point? What do you do with human resources? I teach presentation skills and how to do your presentation and putting your PowerPoints together. But all the different aspects that makes a company grow. Marketing, all the stuff, and we teach that. We have people that actually do those particular presentations over that 2.5 day period as these young adults put their company together. And it's absolutely remarkable what these young adults put together. I videoed all of ours this past year, and I sat there absolutely impressed with what these young people have put together. So that's how it works. The course curriculum, as like I said, forming your own business. We have entrepreneurial stories. We actually bring people to talk about their companies and what they put together. We actually have a keynote speaker we bring every year, a different one. We talk about business ethics. We talk about marketing strategy. We talk about finance. We talk about making winning presentations. So what happens? Well, day one, at the conference, people get to know each other. Before they hop on the bus, they brainstorm from the product. We do a team exercise where they start developing, working together, putting something together they've never thought of before. It may be building a paper bridge that has to hold containers of water. How well that works, how well they work together, how they are as a team. And the leadership starts developing through that. And during that first day, we're actually teaching them how to develop the leadership skills associated with putting their company together. So that's day 1. Day 2 and 3 is more instruction in terms of various presentations. They're going to develop the business plan, and they also have some beach time. It's important that we get these kids out of that state of trying to put it together and take some relaxation time. It's difficult because they get on a track where they don't want to take the time off. They're interested in making their presentation work for them, and and making that presentation, because when they present, they're going to actually present to a group of individuals who represent VCs. They're looking for capital for their company. Day 3 is to actually do the presentations. We have judging, more beach time, and then they return home on the bus. So, don't hit the button yet. What I'm going to share with you here is a 12-minute video that is of, I've been interviewing some of the students that get you some idea of what these kids have gone through and the changes it's made in them. We did a survey this year, and I have a statistical survey that shows the amount of information these kids picked up that they have never seen before in terms of being able to put a company together. So, Irv, can you play this 12 minutes? Can you hit that? Oh, back up. You missed it. Back up. Here, I'll back you up. Okay, hit the little, there you go. Just hit that. Save your question for the end. Write it down. One. Those are all PEs for this year.
I was part of ELC the year of 2008 when I was a junior in high school. For me personally, ELC was a great opportunity and learning experience that I gained. I had just arrived to the U.S. a couple months before I went to ELC, and for me to just be part of it, it brought me with a lot of different perspectives of what I wanted to do with my life after high school. It is very easy to just go out of high school with no idea what you want to do. But after ELC, I was able to know what business was about, if business was for me, and what exactly I was required as a business major to go on with life. In my year in ELC, I was part of a team where we did a lot of research related more to the health field, and we came out with this Peel Surgeon product that would remind elderly adults on when to take their medications, because after we did a lot of research, we came up with facts that said that a lot of elderly individuals would forget to take their medications, and that was the #1 reason why they would either get toxic levels or die, or something fatal would happen to them. With ELC, I learned a lot of things. It was not just a 3-day awesome experience that was paid and it was in a really nice location, but it was also an experience for me to learn about myself, what skills I had, and to further explore what skills I needed to have in order to succeed in life. I was able to use my own skills in communication skills and ideas and perspectives on what I wanted to share with the world. But the hardest part for me was to learn how to do that as a team. We learned a lot of group work and teamwork bonding and how to brainstorm with other people's ideas. We learned how to communicate what we wanted with our presentation at the end of the conference. We were able to network with a lot of important people, and I think that's a really hard thing to do when you're a junior in high school, because you don't know how to communicate or how to talk to other people that most of the time they're going to be older than you are. I was also able to learn what a business plan was, how to write one, and how to show that in a presentation to people, because at the end of the day, business is all about how you want to sell your product and how you want to see that product, help other people. So for me specifically, ALC was a great experience that I gained. It was a way for me to learn more about the U.S., a new way to learn about other people my age, and to learn how to just explore different perspectives and different majors after high school.
Hi, my name is Shane Jackstighton. I'm actually a graduate of the Enterprise Leadership Conference program. I'm really proud to say that I took what I learned back in 2000 and I've been able to apply it to my daily life. Not only have I started my own business, not only have I worked diligently to try to be an outstanding member of my community, but I do everything that I can to try to give back to the program that helped me out. So I was really proud this year to serve as a co-chair of the 2014 Enterprise Leadership Conference, and I'm really looking forward to helping the program as it moves into the future. So thank you, Enterprise Leadership Conference, for allowing me the opportunity to learn and grow and become a better person.
Hi, my name is Elise, and I am an alumni of ELC 2013 at Asilomar. So my experience at ELC was awesome because I got to meet tons of people who are some of the greatest captains of the industry in the Silicon Valley, as well as meeting different people from other schools. Now, there are a lot of reasons why you should go to ELC, but one of them is because you get to build a lot of new friends, you get to build a company together, and it's just such a great experience to work with other people that you probably normally wouldn't have worked with. And you work on a collaborative project with people that you just met. With that said, after my experience at ELC, I actually started my own business. My passion outside of school was baking. I'm a foodie, so I decided to make a baking business. With that said, after ELC, I got my patent from the city of Saratoga, and I opened my own bakery and catering business. So with the catering, I cater to a ton of different organizations and companies, and now I'm planning to expand my business. Along the lines of business, I actually decided to pursue business in college, and I'll be attending Cornell University School of Hotel Administration. I plan on expanding my bakery business at Cornell, and hopefully you'll be seeing my brand in the future.
Okay. Hi, I'm Courtney, and this weekend has been such a great opportunity to take part in. I came to ELC without knowing any background of business or any of the parts that go into it, and came out with a much more clear understanding and lots of knowledge. ELC is a great program that I would recommend to many because it not only allows you to create bonds with your team and friendships that you'll have forever, but also gives you a perspective of a real-world business and allows you to come together with your team and create your own business and work together and learn all the different aspects. I think that ELC is a great program, and I've learned an immense amount from this time here. Thank you.
My name is Jordan. This weekend has been really a eye-opener to what the possibilities are in the world. Because before this, really had no idea of what there was in terms of a business and how to even start one. Because I mean, I know a lot of people that have came up with ideas that are really good, but have no idea of how to execute them or the capabilities to. And this really taught me a lot about how it's possible for everybody to do it and how many opportunities there are if you look in the right places. All of everybody that was involved was absolutely amazing. The RTAs, the people who designed the program. I mean, it's definitely a refined program. It's not something that's experimental. It's very solid. It's good. And we definitely have a good mix of fun and work at the same time. So I thought that was one of the best aspects of this program. Cool.
So my name is Mariel Hunt, and this ELC experience was nothing like I've ever experienced before. I thought it was the most amazing high school experience that could have been compacted into 3 days. I think it's super awesome that I can meet people that I've never seen before in my life and get so close to them within 3 days. Versus like at school, I'm with people for years and I don't even get as close to them as this. So having that was probably one of the best parts, getting close to my teammates and then creating a product. It was just amazing. It was an amazing experience.
Afternoon, my name is Anita, and this ELC conference has been entirely amazing. I think I can
can sum up the past 3 days in 3 different P's. The first P is that of pursuits. The second P is that of productivity. And the last P is that of partnership. So let's go into the first one, that of pursuits. This ELC conference has really opened up my eyes to the entire world of business, not only in the local scene, but also on the entire national level. Business is my major, what I'm going for, but I didn't know that there was so much entailed into business. And the pursuits that I've been able to find through this business and through this conference have been entirely amazing and have really opened up my scope. The second P is that of productivity. It's incredible how much stuff they pack into these short 2 or 3 days, and it's fantastic. I got to be with my team, I got to learn about the many different pursuits, and these keynote speakers are all amazing. So I was so blessed to learn about all these things, productivity. Definitely going to be spending my time a little bit more wisely when I get home. And the third P is that of partnership. I learned so much, and I think one of the most valuable things that I gained from this experience is definitely the way that we were able to work as partners. Even though I was allowed to become the president of my company, I really enjoyed how we all came together and formed sort of a dance in which some places we'd have one member solo and another member solo, but we all worked in conjunction and in unity to become a great company with a great product. So, highly recommend ELC. Don't forget to get the PTPs, pursuits, productivity, and partnership. Bye!
Just the connections we made and all the people we met meant a lot. Our RTAs were fantastic. I mean, we have their business cards now and we can call them up, and if we need any help with anything, I don't know what I'm saying. We were a blue group, so we were all really emotional, and we were all, how can we help people? And our product, we want, like, I seriously want this to be a product and like to pursue this as a business. Like, this wasn't hypothetical or anything. This was, we were all completely serious about doing this and creating a business plan for this. And I hope that we can stay in touch and make this dream basically a reality.
And more than serious, we were actually really hardworking and we worked together really well. And I think the whole team aspect was something that was really important, because if we were to all just branch out into separate units, which we did, but we also worked together, but if we were to completely isolate ourselves, I feel like we wouldn't be able to achieve what we did in this specific presentation. And I thought we just mended together so well, and I thought that was probably the best part of this entire trip.
Yeah, we used our time very efficiently and had a lot of playtime and like downtime, while also making sure that when we were working, we were doing 100% all the time.
Yeah, so I'd say anything more important than winning. I'd say that I mean, in just 3 days we managed to become. I feel like you guys are amazing friends, and it's been a great opportunity to just go through the process of learning something outside my school curriculum, and it's no words for this. It's amazing.
Yeah, I was really skeptical. Like, they said, oh, people make Facebook groups, they have reunions. Then I was like, is that really gonna happen? But then in 3 days, I've come closer to these people than most of the people I see on a daily basis at school. So.
Yeah, at first, like, I thought I was just gonna, like, isolate myself and, like, I wouldn't make any friends or anything, but, like, half of the people here are, like, my really close friends now. And in 3 days, that's literally amazing. Yeah.
So, yeah, come.
Okay, we're doing good. So, I did hear one question over here, so let's go through some questions.
Well, the question is, who gets to apply and what schools?
What we're attempting to do is go by school districts. So I find that in the Santa Clara area, we have a Santa Clara school district, and through that district, there's 80,000 students, approximately 20,000 juniors, So going after those schools in Santa Clara County School District. We'll do the same thing in Los Altos Mountain View. We should be able to do the same thing up here. And we do have interactors that go through it also sometimes. They're part of this too, because they say, hey, we'd like to get involved too. So where we have the ties with the interactors within the schools, it makes it even easier. But the goal is to get through the school system, the principal, the superintendent, and then work our way into the school counselors and then do presentations at those junior classes such as history or those classes that have all the kids in one spot at one time and do a short presentation. Okay? Another question? Yes?
Can you tell me how many Rotary clubs it takes to put on this conference?
You know,
Talk about the
I've been
RTAs.
trying to work out the math on this because it would expand. What it comes down to, it takes about 200 Rotarians totally. Or the way I worked the math, I was like 4 clubs, depending on the size of the clubs, because of the financial commitment. I'm actually looking at another place right now where we can bring the price down, because the biggest cost we have right now is Silmar. So that's what we did. So it's basically 4 clubs or 200 Rotarians seems to be the optimal or optimum equation in terms of developing a program. I would like to see here in the Tri-Valley area to see what clubs he would like to come together and develop something here. And it takes a 2-year process. We don't say go start one. What you'll end up doing is you'll be mentored by us. Those in here that are interested in the program will take you down to Asilomar next March, and you will be with the advisors and be a mentor with an existing trained advisor to see how the program works. And that may take 1 year, 2 years. I stayed with the San Jose Club for 3 years as I looked at this thing and took tons and tons of notes. So that's the only way you're going to learn how to do this, is by through experienced people who've already been doing it. Like I said, the Oakland Club and the San Jose Club have been doing it for 30 years. Best kept secret until I came along, okay? Another question?
You have a part of your budget or program that gives some support to the most promising plans for possible real.
You know, that's something that's coming. In fact, I was asked by incoming Governor Ed Gellin if I would put something together at his district conference. So I created what's called the Nautilus program, because the Nautilus shell is infinite in both directions. So the goal is to find some teams, and it could probably come down to 2 teams, one from the north end and one from the south end. These teams will come together, and they will, as both juniors and then seniors, because it's going to take several months to do this, they will look at a problem within their particular community and then develop a company to address that problem. That's what we're hoping to do. They'll raise the money, but they will need the mentorship of those adults in the club. Those people want to be involved. So this is the first time this has ever been done this way. And our incoming director, Brad Howard, asked me about this. He said, you've got the program in place. Why don't you see if you can do this? There's a lot of pitfalls to this. I have more cons than pros on this thing right now. But I would like, and this is next April 2015 when that district conference is. So it needs to start happening like in August. And I'm spinning my wheels trying to get this thing figured out. So, yes?
You mentioned earlier you had some reviewers from Silicon Valley venture capitalists. Can you mention who they might be?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
You mentioned earlier you had reviewers reviewing the business plans that were presented.
Yeah, and what the judges that we have are the incoming presidents of the clubs. Those 5, 6 people you saw up there were all incoming presidents. Most of them have their own companies. So it's pretty easy for them to go through. They listen to the 10-minute presentation, and we have criteria they go through to grade the overall acceptance of their presentation, because we're saying to these young adults, hey, the people that are judges are VCs. That's where your money's coming from. So make sure your presentation in that 10-minute period reaches those people, because if you're asking for $1 million or $10 million or $100,000, whatever it is, you need to be able to present that and convince these judges or these pseudo VCs to give you the money. That's how we rate them.
So these are not real VCs, they're pseudo VCs.
They're pseudo VCs.
Okay,
Yes, yes. Actually, some of them in the past have been VCs, so because of where they're coming from. Any other questions? I will stick around because we're running out of time here. I will stick around, and then if you want me to come back, set up a separate meeting, do whatever you want to do, because I really think that you have the ability here in the Tri-Valley area to make this thing happen. And I'll do whatever I need to do to help you get through this process and understand it. Because like I said, we spent a lot of time on this thing, and I spent a lot of time on it right now. But it is a passion for me, and I really think that we can get all the clubs in our district, 5170, to jump on board with this thing and make this thing happen, because it is our responsibility as adults to help our young adults become successful and get on a path of success for their lives. We do it with the interactors. We can do it with the other kids in our district. We owe it to them. It's our God-given right and promise that we need to do that. Thank you very much.
Arley, I have here a choice for you. We have either a bottle of, take a wine from the